Okay, so now we're gonna get ready to make these. We know what these are. These are gel candles. I didn't label this and I don't know why. And I also, looks like I did not put a sticker on the bottom. Let me see, put one over here. I sure did not. Okay, so these have been washed with warm soapy water. I washed these last night. I don't have everything I need like I thought. Okay, I do have my gel candle stickers. I got these from, we know it, Amazon. What we're doing now, these are for Valentine's Day. We're gonna be doing strawberry watermelon, both of these. It's the scent that we're gonna be using. I don't know if you've seen my past videos, but I have done this before. And I have my measurements for each one of these vessels. CD10 for the margarita glass, 4 of them to be exact. And I have Wicks stickers. I have, in previous videos I explained where I got most of my materials from. And I'm gonna double wick this with 2 CD9s. I feel more comfortable instead of just putting that on CD10. Wicks stickers and more Wicks stickers. I do not have a fancy fancy nothing. Some people use a certain gadget. I use the shell of a pen that I'm no longer using, which I'm trying to find. Here's my pen shell that I used to put on there. Okay, so we're just gonna unroll this because we're gonna get ready to put the wax on in a minute. Like I said in previous videos, you can put these down one at a time if you want, or you can go ahead and put the sticker on the bottom of all of them and then put it down. It's up to you. However you want to do it. Remember, this is a CD10. I do know for gel wax there are certain wicks you are supposed to use. You are supposed to use a zinc wick. But I also just don't have gel in this candle. I also have soy wax in this candle, so. I'm just gonna take you through on how to do this. Again, this is what I do. This is what works for me. I don't want anybody saying LuSeals said this is the right way. Nope, no ma'am. I always think it's more than one way to do things, so it's not a lot of videos giving a lot of instructions. I'm trying to give you the safest method because we don't want to burn people's homes and we don't want you getting sued. Research has always and will continue to be our friend. I research, although I've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years. You never know. Somebody can do something who's new. You say, oh, I might try that. So I'm always open to learn. That's one vessel. Now I got this one. Now I need to find my pen shell because it really does make this easy. My hand is not going to fit in there. Overnight. We're going to see today. So, same thing. Because we're going to double wick this. And try to press down hard as you can, because of course we don't want any mishaps. You don't have to use Wicks stickers. Some people use glue dots, I think, or hot glue with a glue gun. No, I get about 500 of these for a couple dollars, and that's all I have to do. So, like I said, what works for me may not work for you. All right, so we have now we got our wicks in both vessels. Now we're gonna measure out our wax. Please excuse this scale. This is my second scale. I have time for another one, but this one works right now for the moment. So, I don't have a trash bag. I always think you should have a trash bag, so you want to keep your area clean. I have my handy dandy book. I use different vessels, so I can't always remember what sizes are. My book, I got this book some years ago from Dollar Tree. As we can see, this book has some better days. It has oil stains. It got all kind of stuff. But this is my book that I use. Trying to move stuff out of the way. I call it shifting because that's all I'm doing. Okay, so where's my gel wax? My gel wax is right here in my face. So for my measurements, get my book again. I need about the same for each vessel. This particular vessel, from what I've done, holds 234 grams of wax, but we're not going to put 234 in here. Remember, we are adding embed, so we got to put less wax because we don't want it to overflow when your customer gets ready to light it. Okay, and we need 259 in this one. So again, we are not putting that amount in there. We're gonna lessen it because we are adding embeds. So I'm gonna measure about 220 per vessel, which is gonna give me about 440 in total. This is my harder wax, firmer, which is usually used for your drink gel candles. When you're making your coffee, you're making your margaritas, you can do this in so many different ways. The video should be coming soon. I know I've been promising you guys, but I'm gonna get it done, I promise. So we're gonna just cut it off in pieces. Make sure your scale is already tiered. That's 161. Remember, our number is 440. And also remember, I'm not gonna do it in this particular vessel, not in this melting pot because it's too small. I have a big one I'm gonna put this in. Remember, with gel, you melt it on direct heat. You don't double broil it. That's too much. Might not need that much. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's at 437. I don't know if you can see that. 437 is what we have, and we're gonna get this on a direct heat to melt it, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna melt, cool a little, add our fragrance oil, and assemble our candle. So let's get this on direct heat first. Melt it down, let it cool some, add the fragrance oil, stir, of course, 2 minutes as usual, 2 minutes. And then we're gonna add to our vessels. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. We've melted, added fragrance, and this is cooling. I also added literally a drop of, what's this, candle dye? Listen, you don't need a lot of anything when you're doing gel wax. Okay, I literally put 1 drop in there. That's all the color I want. That's all the color you need. Because if you do it too dark, you're not going to get the effect that you're going for. This is that actually cooling. And I can smell the fragrance oil. Remember, gel wax, we don't use a lot of fragrance oil. And we're not going to use a lot because we're going to be inserting embeds. And these are highly fragrant. Any fragrance oil you use for gel wax needs to be compatible. It needs to be at least 170 and above. If not, you're going to have cloudy gel wax. Let's see if you can see. This is cooled down considerably because this was at like 220. It's just getting to the 200. So I can pour this, which I am going to do. But I'm going to let it sit in the vessel and cool some more. Because remember, we want to put the embeds in. If you put the embeds in too soon, they're going to melt. That's not the look we're going for. It's all about the aesthetics. So I can use some more alcohol to keep my hands clean. I got some in my purse. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit for a couple minutes and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna pour. Got my alcohol. All right, so I done clean my hands. That bother me. You stir with the metal spoon, you pour with the metal spoon. We use a metal spoon so we won't get a whole bunch of air bubbles. You can't see over there. All right, here we go. Remember, you pour slow. When I say pour slow, this just comes out fast as it wants, as we see. That's the first one. Here's the second one. Come on. This has cooled down some. Yeah. So these jars are still too hot for me to put the embeds in, so I can't put the embeds in just yet. Remember, if you put them in too soon, your embeds are gonna melt, and that won't be cute for your aesthetic. So we're gonna let that cool some. Now this one feels like it's cool enough. Could be, could be not. But we don't wanna chance it. I don't wanna let it cool too much. Yeah, the trick about this is we don't want this to look strange. We just want these to sit up enough until we the thing about this, I don't actually have to put anything on because just as soon as it starts to solidify a little bit more, I'll be able to sit these up and they'll stay up by themselves. Just a little bit more time. So we poured the gel wax. It does have some bubbles, which is fine. Excuse me, which is fine. And because this is like a Valentine's Day type thing, I'll put this back on the stove. We're going to, this one is way hotter than this one. I want this to cool. You see around here, it started to solidify a little bit. I need the middle to solidify a little bit more. I don't want to put this in there too soon, because if I do, it's going to be like mush. Yeah, that needs to cool. Here it is right here. Let's see if it's going to tell me how hot this is. And it's going. Look. It's at 140. See how it is solidifying? So I'm gonna start slowly adding my embeds. We'll start from this side so you can see. And I put them with whatever design facing away, so when you're looking inside the glass, you can see what it is. Now we see why we didn't add all the gel that we needed, because I use such big I use such big melts. I really don't have space for anything else, but I'm gonna squeeze one more. Let's squeeze one more in here. Put one more strawberry in here. Okay, so there is that. This is a strawberry watermelon. You see? I told you I wasn't gonna need to put a thing on. I had to just solidify a little bit more, and they'll stand up by themselves, which they are doing. But I am gonna pour a thin layer on top. And if you see, let's see if you can see, all on the side. And now I'm gonna sit that over there, and we're gonna start adding in here. Now this jar feels hot, and it's not even that hot. Put that in. Put that in. Now this one is gonna have like our florals, because again, this is supposed to be like a homage to Valentine's Day. I'm my own Valentine, haha, which is perfectly okay. And let's get that other wax that because we had to sit it back so it can be pourable for us again.